FanFest has finally arrived, and about an hour into my livestream, I realized something horrifying about myself. I was so locked into the information I was getting that I forgot to even be entertaining for stream. So I was just sitting there, open-mouthed, mumbling into a silent stream. So I decided to finish stream and process it properly. And I need to say this up front, as a returning adventurer coming back into this reveal, this is the most amazing welcome I have ever gotten in this game in years. This is why Final Fantasy XIV has changed forever, and it's good to be home. The new lore and cities are giving full Nordic fantasy, and I mean it's stunning. There's this flying ship city called Nelgafar, and it's a realm ship. This is from the fourth world where the lore of Evercold takes the Warrior of Light. And when we got a closer look, I got full Thranduil Elven Kingdom vibes, like something straight out of The Hobbit. If you know, you know. And there is also a fire realm, which is very interesting, so there is a lot of floating realms in this new expansion. And it's not just the world that got the overhaul, it's actually you. They've added job-specific animations now. For example, the way you actually transport yourself changes now. It's such a small thing on paper, but actually changes the way that you feel about your character in a way that it never has before. Character creation actually got some strange updates. And for the auras out there are even more horn options as well. And they are finally letting you remove the shadow from the nose of your Lalafell and your Makote. I'll be honest with you here, I did not know this was even an issue. But when he announced it, everyone seemed very supportive. They also gave the option to remove a Makote's face paint, and the crowd went crazy. People apparently have been wanting that gone for years. Also, a new job was announced. It is a tank job called the Bastion, and it wields 2 shields that possess knives and guns. I'm not gonna lie, I did not see that coming. I had no cooking clue that this combo existed, but it is epic. There's another new class, but that will only be announced in the Tokyo Fan Fest that will be happening on 31st of October. I don't play tank, but I can appreciate how awesome this looks. Now here's some things that I think actually change a lot about how you play the game. This is some heavy quality of life stuff. There's automatic quest tracking. Think BDO style tracking paths. The game is going to guide you visually to where you need to go. If you ever alt-tab to a wiki mid-quest, you know exactly why this matters. And difficult raids are getting an overhaul too. Right now we basically have normal, which is about 80% of the player base, and then you have Savage, which is about 19 to 20%, which is quite a significant drop. Now the devs saw this and they thought, how can we make this more accessible to new players? And they decided to add a middle ground. Something closer and slightly easier to the extreme difficulty. This is generally a big deal for someone who is in that in-between phase of casual and raid team. The new 8-man raid theme is built around ever-evolving regions. They're moving towards region-wide player matching, so you're not stuck to your home data center. That means way more hits in Party Finder, easier matching, and less sitting around for 2 hours until 2 AM. It's launching on Japan servers first as a test, and it is still a ways out. But the direction alone is massive. They also showed off some of the new dungeon and raid locations, ruin zones, and a wave of new boss threats. We can see giants, terrifying snake-like monstrosities, swords wreathed in magic, and some genuinely intimidating silhouettes. And apparently, the community has been begging the devs to stay vague about the story and keep any spoilers. And I was a bit salty about that, because naturally I kind of wanted to know everything. They also went through many jobs and their new outfits. Even Hand of the Land jobs got some love. The cosmetics of this game and the creativity of the team is absolutely insane. I have to say one of my favorite reveals of this entire season was the Chocobo Companion overhaul. I think Zeppela actually really loved this too. She was super excited about it. In patch 8.2, they're bringing duty support chocobos into actual dungeons with 2-player parties. Right now, how you've raised your chocobo can put you at a disadvantage depending on your level. So they're reworking it to make it more accessible for people no matter what part of the journey that they're on, including changing your chocobo's role to match the party's needs. There's also a complete breeding system overhaul, because apparently the original system was never designed with battle in mind to begin with. And then the music. There were new soundtracks across the board. And there's one pretty incredible detail. The composer had to write a brand new soundtrack for the new city at the last minute because the team didn't want to reveal the final in-town theme before launch. That's how much they were protecting this reveal. Okay, this is where the stream actually broke and everyone went insane. First, we had an Evangelon crossover trailer. Not gonna lie, I was expecting a tiny bit more in that trailer, but it was cool. It was cool. And they brought on a legendary animator and designer, Mahiro, as a guest creator on this collab, which is pretty awesome if you know his body of work. And then we had the theme of the 8-player Ultimate Raid. The crowd went feral. It's a Final Fantasy VII collaboration tied to Beyond the Livestream. And then the actual director of Final Fantasy VII walked out on stage to a welcome so warm you could feel it through the screen. Then we have something big for accessibility of this game. Final Fantasy XIV is coming to Switch on August 4th. And then, I thought I'd just add this for fun, then there was the collector's bundle, which is a lot. Everything is Nordic themed and it's gorgeous. There's a beautifully designed Reaper figure, an elegant metal ethos chain, adorable plushies of the new NPC races, and a stunning mini tapestry representing the world of the Fourth. In-game, you're getting a mount that runs and transforms into this machine-like being that can fly. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played a lot of Final Fantasies, so this reference went completely over my head. This was genuinely a bizarre hybrid in the best way. And then we have an entreaty crystal emote and a crystal skyborg. Custom shield weapons that are exclusive to this collector set of the new Bastion job we have. Day 1 of this event in keynote was packed. And that wasn't even everything for the day. And as a returning adventurer sitting and watching this unfold, it hit me how wild it is that a game like this can bring so many people together. Year after year, expansion after expansion. So to everyone still on this journey like me, welcome home, and I'll see you in the next one.